also the logistical aspects of doing this were pretty burdensome for us. We had to do a ton of REMS training for everybody. We had to the contracting took forever, and then after we get site certification, it's the gift that keeps giving, because we have these ongoing audits. And given that we have audits from both the clinical trial side and the commercial side, our cell therapy lab and our apheresis center are now basically constantly under audit, and they go smoothly, but it's just it's a lot of time that it takes. And then you add since it's sort of like a transplant, you have to follow them for regulatory reasons and for fact. That's pretty burdensome too. So it's not just the financial aspects, which are certainly challenging. It's that the logistics go on for a very long time for every patient treated.
Yeah, I mean, who does this? Can you imagine? You have to like apply to buy a product, a pharmaceutical, and then they come and site visit you. And we had one that there's no like way that these site visits are done. I mean, we had one that came in and said, "Oh, we want to see all this documentation on air handling and your facility and your apheresis machines." It's like, who does that? I mean, it's like, of course all of it was done. Of course we have all that information, but somebody's got to gather it and keep it. And you would think that just having FACT accreditation would be sufficient, but that's what an industry standard. And you have to thank the bone marrow transplant community for having the foresight to develop that whole concept, which is, amazing when you think of it in itself, that you have some self-regulatory process, but that's not good enough for some of these companies. And so it's very burdensome. And you just kind of go, man, give us a break. So, and I worry that each one of these companies is going to have their own process and own, we're going to get it. So now there's 4 or 5 other companies out there that are, angling for approvals. It's at some point in the next couple of years. And so each one of those is going to be requiring this, that, and the other thing. And it takes a lot of people to do this. And another reason that I just don't see this at the moment moving outside of academia, I can't imagine a oncology practice would put up with any of this for 5 minutes. They'd say, "You're out of your mind, forget it. I'm not going to do this."
Yeah, something has to happen at some point as we get more products. And our institution would completely agree that Rob said, that if companies will never agree with each other, so it has to be some sort of central, dare I say, federal decree, of that FACT accreditation would be enough, not REMS for every single product that gets approved. I mean, it just becomes, right? Because we're going to have multiple products going forward. And so how are we going to keep up with that? I mean, I agree. The audits need to stop.